Hi guys, it's me again, and today I'm going to be reviewing this Milwaukee M12 Hackzall kit. So basically I need to do some plumbing work, and it involves cutting open some ABS pipe and also one cut on some cast iron drain pipe in a very tight space between two studs. There's no way to use a standard Sawzall due to the long stroke length, so that's why I bought this. It's a bit expensive at $100, but a plumber quoted like a couple thousand for the plumbing repair I'm doing myself. I'm repiping part of my house, replacing the cast iron drain lines with plastic. So obviously I'm going to need some good plumbing tools. So this comes with the saw itself, a 1.5 amp hour battery, which is pretty hard to remove. There it is, M12 red lithium. You can't really see the red for some reason. Just installs right in there. It also comes with a charger, which charges the battery in about half an hour. So now let's try this out. The saw comes with two blades, one for wood, one for metal. They're like short blades, but they do accept standard reciprocating saw blades and installs easily. Just twist that, pop it in, and it's good to go. There's a safety lock here. Push it in for lock, push it out to have it unsafe. And there's a little battery fuel gauge and a work light. So let's test it out cutting some stud. After all, plumbing work does require cutting wood. So this is the real-time cutting speed of the saw. It cuts through a 2x3 stud pretty quickly, but slow compared to other tools. However, this is really just meant for tight spaces like you'd encounter in plumbing and HVAC work. So that cut pretty fast, and the edge is pretty clean. So this saw does also have potential being used as a jigsaw replacement. However, it costs more than a jigsaw and doesn't work as well, so not sure why you'd do that. Now let's test it for what it's really meant for, pipe. Here's some ABS drain pipe. It's left over from another project. For this, we'll need a switch to the metal cutting blade. There it is, cut really easy. An advantage of this saw is, unlike any other saw, even a handsaw, you can hold it with one hand and cut with the other. Now let's try it on some copper. Again, this cut is being shown in real time. Sometimes there's no space to get a ratcheting tubing cutter in there, or any tubing cutter for that matter, so it is useful to be able to cut it with the hacksaw. In this case, I'm cutting 3/4 inch copper pipe, but you could easily cut much bigger ones too. That cut pretty easily. Now let's try a much tougher material, galvanized. So this saw makes quick work of this 3/4 inch galvanized pipe. You could probably cut a cast iron sewer pipe too if you had a lot of patience. But of course, if it's in a tight spot, you don't really have any other options. This makes me glad to have never had to deal with galvanized water lines, as my neighborhood is not quite old enough to have that problem, as all the houses here are plumbed with copper water lines. That cut pretty slowly, but considering that you'd really only use a saw like this in a tight space where you can't get a normal one in, I'd say it worked pretty well. So overall, the performance of this tool is so-so. I mean, it's quite expensive and it doesn't cut that well, but it fits in really tight spaces, which is what it really is intended for. However, it's not just good for plumbing. You can also use it instead of a jigsaw. I actually don't own a jigsaw, so I'll be using this as a substitute for one. It should work well for cutting thin materials like plywood pretty precisely. However, what it's really good for is plumbing and electrical and maybe HVAC work. Based on that, I would recommend this to like a professional plumber who doesn't do that much work with metal pipe and mostly plastic. Or I'd recommend it to a DIYer doing a major plumbing job like repiping their house. If you're just looking for something to cut wood and plastic, there's many better options out there that'll do the job better and cost less. This is definitely not a tool that your average homeowner would have any use for. But for my special application, it works well, and it will save thousands of dollars compared to hiring a plumber. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and See you on next time.